don't mess with my money. If you want to piss off a client really fast, mess with their money. In this video, I'm going over tips and tricks to make sure that you are not pissing off clients. It's Tom Jackobs again. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If this is your first time, this channel is all about presentation, performance, for more profits. And we do that through sales techniques, speaker training, and general business knowledge. And I deliver new content every Tuesday and Friday at 12 noon Eastern. So be sure to be checking out the channel on a frequent basis. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button right there. That way you get notified every time I drop new content. Let's get right into it today for your quick tip to make your business better, especially for solo practitioners and solopreneurs. If you want to piss off a client really fast, well, mess with their money, meaning screw up their billing or do something that auto charges their card when it shouldn't be charged. Do something like that messes with their money, and it is almost unforgivable. Quick question, have you ever messed up a client's billing? So just go ahead and put a comment down below. Tell me a little story about what happened. I'm always interested to hear what goes on in your business. I put this video together to give you some practical advice to make sure that you are running your business very, very smooth. And a lot of this advice comes from 30 years of being an entrepreneur and making tons of mistakes myself. So let's dive into 3 tips to make sure that you're not pissing off your clients and making sure that your billing is right and you're not messing with their money. So tip number 1 is you want to automate it, especially for a lot of solo practitioners and solopreneurs that I work with. They bill their clients on a monthly basis and it's usually the same amount. So why not just automate it so that it doesn't change and it gives you less chance for error. And there's plenty of software out there that's going to enable you to do that very easily. If you have any questions, just click the resources link below. I have some suggestions there. Now, it may seem counterintuitive to automate that because that can lead to some errors as well. But trust me, you'll have more errors when you do it manually than if you just automate it. Tip number 2, do not change your billing cycle. If you say you're going to bill on a certain day, always bill on that certain day. And that's where the automation comes in as well. Because then it's just automatically going to bill every 30 days or always on the 1st or always on the 15th or whatever it happens to be. But if you change things up and a random charge comes through for a client at a random time and they don't know what it's for, it's going to upset them and you're going to get a phone call very, very quick. Pick a day that you're going to do your billing and stick to it each and every month. Tip number 3, if you miss a billing, don't just automatically charge them and don't make it up. I mean, this has happened to me. And like all these tips that I'm giving you have actually happened in different businesses that I've been associated with. And I remember one time at my fitness training facility, a client who was being billed on a monthly basis wasn't being billed on a monthly basis, and it went on for about 6 months. And so the total came out to be over $1,000 for those 6 months of training for that client. And you know how embarrassing it is to go up to a client and say, hey, by the way, we accidentally didn't bill you for the last 6 months. Now, they should have known that they weren't being billed for 6 months at $200 a month or whatever it happened to be. But again, not everybody's checking their finances on a regular basis either. Now, if you just go ahead and just bill it at $1,200 all at one time and not tell the client, well, they're going to get a little upset. Make sure that you own up to the mistake and then give some options on how to make up for it. Like maybe give them 10% off or spread out the rest of the payments over a certain period of time, but give some options. Don't just say, well, you owe me the $1,200, so I'm just going to charge it right away. Well, they're going to leave at that point, and they're not going to be a really happy client. And you definitely want happy clients, right, in your business? You know, now that I look at this list of 3 things that I've just given you 3 tips, I've realized I've made all of these mistakes. And I've lived through it, of course. So let me give you some practical advice on how to make sure that you're living through these mistakes when they do happen. And in business, mistakes are going to happen. So how do you make up for it? So first of all, you need to communicate that a mistake happened and what you're going to do to resolve it. And best is what the plan is to make sure that it doesn't happen again. The more details that you can give to a client, the better, because then they'll be like, okay, you understand exactly what happened, and you're going to make sure that it doesn't happen again. If you're just like, I don't know what happened, so maybe it won't happen again, maybe it will, maybe it won't, they're not going to have a really strong comfort that you have control over your business. But if you say, this is what happened, it happened, and this is what I'm going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again. Boom. They're going to be like, oh, okay, he's got control over his business, and I'm going to trust him with my credit card still. Definitely you need to apologize. That should be like number one, really, is to apologize in your communication with your client that you made a mistake. And you want to do it as quickly as possible. It's best that you tell the client before they even realize that a mistake happened. I remember a couple times where we accidentally billed a client twice, and I saw the mistake immediately, and I said, oh my gosh. I said, called the client, or sent an email and said, hey, this mistake happened. We accidentally billed you twice. I went ahead and reversed one of the charges. However, it may not be showing up on your billing statement for a couple days, but I do apologize for it. I'm really sorry that it happened, but we've corrected the issue. Boom. And most of the time the client's like, oh yeah, no worries. And I saw that it came through and then it was reversed out. Everything's okay. The more you communicate, obviously, the better. Well, there you go. Some practical advice on making sure that you're not pissing off your clients, especially when it comes to billing. And trust me, these things happen a lot, especially if you're not organizing your business. And my goal, especially for this channel and working with my clients, is making sure that their business is super, super clean and efficient, and their clients are very happy. And we do that through sales training, we do that through customer service, and even outsourced call services as well. So if you're interested in any of that, just click the links down below, and I'd love to have a chat with you about that. Well, if you liked today's video, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up, make some comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel right there. I've also put together a couple playlists that I think you might also enjoy. You can just go ahead and click that right there, or a new video right there as well that is curated just for you. So until next time, you have a great day.